Hello everyone, Bruce Lindholm with Lindholm Group at Realty Group. Today we are to video number 8 of our series that we've been doing, starting at the beginning and buying a home and taking you step by step. Today is, our topic will be, I should say, is we turned in the inspection, we got it back, and the sellers have agreed to the terms of what we had asked. And that really does happen quite a bit, provided we write the request up properly. One of the things that is missed quite often on the request is who does the repairs, who pays for the repairs, and when will they be done. The who, what, where from what we learned in school. If you don't have those things in there and you ask for repairs to be done, first of all, who's going to do them? Who's going to even make the phone calls on some of them that have to be done from outside sources? The other is a seller, if you don't say that the seller's supposed to pay for them, could have the repairs done and hand you a bill at closing, which would not be a fun thing to have to deal with at that point. You don't want to have things to deal with at the closing. Get them up front, get your questions asked, get your answers. There should not be gray. I always say in real estate, there's no gray. It's always black or white. You just can't have gray areas because they will absolutely rear their ugly head at closing. And that is not the place that you want to have a problem. So anyway, so the repairs came back. The sellers are going to take care of them. And now what? Well, this is a time that you're not going to be talking to your agent a lot. Now your focus is going to be with your lender. You have a lot of work to get done with the lender. They're going to be asking for paperwork. They're going to be asking questions. They, of course, have a timeline to complete to get you to closing on time. In some cases, they may be done early and letting you know that they could close early if it works out with the seller. Not that your agent will be out of the picture, it's just that this is the time with the lender now. And of course, if you're having questions about things that the lender is asking or telling you, you do want to go to your agent and ask those questions because they are familiar with the process, the terms. A lot of times it's the terms that will get the buyers going or they don't understand. So absolutely bounce things off your agent. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you and guide you through this process. So no, you won't be totally void of communicating with them. It just won't be the way it's been for a while. As you get closer to closing, then you'll be communicating again more with your agent because you'll have some other things that you have to take care of before closing happens. And I'm going to back up just for a second, because the question comes up, well, what if they counter on the inspection request repairs on something? Sometimes, you go into it and expect a counter on something. If you can live with it, then move on. If you can't, you can always recounter or come up with something different. Really good example is, and I think we addressed it before, is saying that you want a new furnace because it's old, even though it works, you want a new furnace. There is practically no seller who is going to spend that money. So what you can counter then is say, all right, I understand you're not willing to do it, but then I want to have the furnace looked at, and I also wanted a home warranty put on it. So that's an alternative. So have an option that you can fall back on. Or is it to the point on what they counter that it absolutely makes the house unacceptable for you, possibly because of an expense that would come up very soon? So those are things you'll have to wrestle with your agent and decide. But in this case, you got everything done and you're going to move on. As soon as you have gotten your answer, that means your contingency on inspection is removed. So now your earnest money that you sent in probably a week or so ago has now become very, very much harder to get back if you get cold feet and decide you want out. in most cases, and again, we're talking Minnesota, that the earnest money would be now contingent on getting your financing. But that is all in your contract, and that needs to be in there if that's what you choose to do. And that's, from the beginning that we talked about. This is, a point that your agent needs to discuss this with you. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. The other is you got to tell your lender that you released your inspection contingency, and get ready to start talking a lot with them and a lot less with your agent for now. That's pretty much it. Again, this isn't going to cover every situation, but we've got a lot of it covered here. If you have questions, you can always contact us. We will be glad to help you. Please click like, thumbs up on our videos, and you can certainly subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are over and out. We will catch you for video 9 the next time. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.